Welcome to Black Forest, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Christmas, everybody. Thank you very much. So I'll give you guys a little bit of history, how the cuckoo clocks are working. So this is where or how our story is beginning. About 350 years ago, these were the very first kinds of clocks that they were making here in the forest. As you can see, very, very simple for us today. Most of this is made of wood. And on the front of the clock, you only have one hand telling you hours, no minutes. People were in quite a rush as they are today. And these kinds of clocks then were built over the winter months by the farmers. It does get very cold here normally, we're quite mild, very lucky this year. But when the snow does come, it can be all the way up to your knees. So you just have to sit on the farm and wait until the snow cleared. So instead of just waiting in those years, you had two choices as a farmer. You either made clocks or you made babies. Exactly. But you weren't allowed to do both at the same time, okay? And then in the springtime, you take your clocks down to the local markets, sell them off, and now you have extra money for your family. So that's why they were making the clocks. Farmers have to be good with their hands anyway to repair things. We recognize today, they put that very simply into a little wooden box to keep everything protected. And on the front of the box, you need a face. So again, keep it simple. Nice big rectangle of wood. And they make this obviously a lot larger than the rest because they're not just going to put the numbers up here. They're going to use this big area and they're going to paint all kinds of different pictures, different designs. So just like today, we go shopping for ourselves or for our home. The more variety you have, the more chance you're going to find something you actually like. And then about 250 years ago, a clockmaker here takes one of the painted cuckoo clocks, and then for the first time they add our new friend and the star of the show, the cuckoo bird! Yay! So obviously how that works today for us is of course very, very simple because we're surrounded with so much technology. You do have to remember, 250 years ago, this is exactly the same as your smartphones, your laptop computers. This was the most advanced thing that you could buy in those times as a private person. But another clockmaker wanted to tell everybody a very important story, so he made a very special clock like this one. And then he called his special clock the in-laws clock. So that man was very happy when it was 1 o'clock. So nothing has really changed actually in all the years, is it? So obviously to make everything complete now, you had a cuckoo bird, you have people moving, and then they added music as well. So this is the equivalent of your stereo surround sound television today. So the cuckoo clocks that we recognize today, this is how they started. about 160 years ago. And someone just simply had the idea, instead of painting clocks, you could just carve the decoration straight onto the wood. People liked that a lot all those years ago. It was new and different, so they became popular very quickly. And as the time went on, people just added more and more detail to be slightly different from the other clockmakers. So eventually you had the classic cuckoo clock that we recognize today, animals, trees, birds, leaves, and that kind of design is about 130 years old. Obviously it's a very large clock. You have to remember, most of the clocks people have been building over the last 150 odd years will just be around this size, but very simple, a classic carving that we all recognize as a cuckoo clock today. So the cuckoo clocks, there's two different kinds. There's mechanical ones and there's battery ones. The mechanical ones have these metal weights, and you see the metal weight is attached to the chain. The chain goes up through the clock, around the little cogs, and back down then out the other side. And every time something is happening, you'll see the metal weight is going down. So it's these going down that actually drives the cuckoo clock. So you have two different sizes telling you how long the clock is going to last. You have these smaller sizes. So here's our clock on the wall. And this is what we call the one-day clock, because when you wind everything up to the very top, it takes 26 hours to go all the way back down to the bottom. And then it would stop. So you have to wind them up to the top once every day. It's very easy to wind them. Just take the chain, pull the chain down, and you see the weight goes back up to the top. So that's the daily winding clock. And then we have these far larger ones, and these are what we call 8-day clocks. So just like the name is telling us, when you wind up to the top, it takes 8 days to go all the way down to the bottom. And we also, ladies and gentlemen, have battery cuckoo clocks. So they also have weights hanging underneath them, but they're just for decoration. They're not made of metal anymore, they're made of wood or plastic, and they're just there for show. They're very light, but for the ladies, if you do have one of these clocks and you're going somewhere special, you can take the weights off and wear them as very attractive earrings. Everyone will look at you, I'm guaranteed. So we need a cuckoo bird. So I don't want to disappoint anybody, but there's no real cuckoo birds inside a cuckoo clock. Sorry. So instead we have two pipes. You see a little opening on the very top. The air goes in and out with the help of a bellows. Just draws it in like a flute. So you've got two of those with slightly different sounds. And then you put that together inside a cuckoo clock and add a little magic, and then you have a cuckoo bird! Yeah. So that's all it is, guys. It's not rocket science, it's just a... So there's a large set, obviously a larger clock, as they get smaller than is a medium-sized cuckoo bird. And then in the smallest clocks with very limited space. So here's our smallest member of the cuckoo family. Do we have any small people here today? We have a small person there, and another small person there. So if these two were inside a cuckoo clock, this is how they would sound. Let me out. But if you do feed them, of course they will get bigger. And then you have a cuckoo clock like that one day. So the mechanical cuckoo clocks, ladies and gentlemen, they're very simple. Nothing has really changed that much over all those years. But like anything mechanical, cars, bicycles, whatever, sewing machines, you do have to look after them, and occasionally you have to have them oiled and serviced, but if you do that, they can last you. These are all the 8-day ones. So this is something, this clock tells us something the Germans are also very well known for, and that is beer. So we have 700 different kinds of beer in Germany. Here's our cuckoo birds, and here's a man in the beer garden.
This side, have a good breeze, this side.
So this is our romantic cuckoo clock. I understand that men from India are very romantic. The ladies not so much, but the men yes. This is correct? Yes, I've heard this. So, 2 o'clock we're going to have 2 cuckoo birds, and when the cuckoo's finished, in front of the house we have our romantic people. See, the men love that. The ladies are like, well, come on. So we have about 120, 125 different kinds of mechanical cuckoo clock. Australia, South Africa, Singapore, all over the place. So the main thing is, if anything should